friends, this is Devvrat Tyagi, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, today we will start with this syllabus signal processing. So, what are the contents I am going to cover? So, this is going to be before covering the contents, let me brief you about the subject. So, subject tells you subject's prerequisite are the basic signals and system properties analysis. What is the primary requirement for the signal processing, because it is a one system which is responding for certain inputs, and what are the output characteristics which we are going to observe in the signal processing case, right. So, many applications require any input signals in discrete domain, and then we do analysis, and then we just check at the output and what are the output performance of any system. So, first we should understand the how can we define the system in terms of the mathematical modeling equations. So, this is all about this the signal processing is all about the modeling and the output representation, right. And let us look at the content of this session. So, what is the LTI definition? Linear time invariant definition. It is a part of the system known as the LTI system, which possesses the certain properties inside it. So, system must have these properties, then a system is called as a LTI system. Next, we will find out the impulse response. So, we will take out that part which is considered as the LTI characterization. So, impulse response is always used to characterize a particular system, and in our case system is linear time invariant system. Then we will derive the output response. What will be the output sequence if we will provide certain input x n, and which will pass through any system definition, and then it will generate the output sequence. So, this is small 2-3 lines derivation which we are going to cover up in the session. Then how do we represent the LTI system? Representation in terms of mathematical equations and the graphical representation as well, how this particular system can be represented. Then last topic of today's session will be the concept of the convolution. So, whenever we talk about the system, we talk about the output response. So, there must be a certain property known as the convolution, which will define the output response, how it is going to respond with the help of the input. So, we will look at all these things. So, let us look at the LTI system. So, any operator which is performing on an input signal, right, will map the input signal onto the output sequences, right. So, there is one operator which is required, we can call this as this transformation, right. It is mapping the input sequences, right, input sequences. Let us say the x n is the input and it will match to the output y n, and then what is the relationship between these two sequences? Let me talk about the one particular sequence. Let me talk about this particular sequence, and then if we consider this as a system, right, certain inputs, this is x and certain inputs, t is the transformator, and then this is going to create some certain output, this is going to create some output. So, this output is going to be like y n, and the definition comes as this. So, this is basically a transformator which is performing and mapping the input properties to the output with the help of the transformation characteristics, and this is basically a LTI system. So, if we talk about the LTI, so as the LTI linear time invariant, these are the two properties which we go through in the prerequisite of the subject like signal and system analysis. So, we do have these properties. So, any system which satisfies the linearity and the time invariant is called the linear time invariant LTI system. So, these two properties, there are various properties of the systems, but only these two properties which will define the LTI system. If these two property possesses, then the system is known as the LTI system. So, important term is this is the transformation, right. So, whenever we are going to consider any system. So, we are going to define this transformation of particular system, this transformation, or we can call the this is operator. So, this is what we are going to define, and this is also known as the characterization of the system, and in general way we do have the characterization in terms of impulse responses, right. So, this is the system, and that is how we write the equation for y n equals to t and x of input. So, this is what we are going to define in the, depending upon the applications, we are going to define this particular part. So, we come to the impulse response. So, as name suggests, one input signal is required that has to be unit impulse signal, right, unit sample signal we also call this. So, the representation is delta n. So, this is an important function in terms of signal processing, right. Whenever we count any sampling phenomena in our application domain. So, we do have a very importance of this particular signal as a impulse, as the name impulse signal. So, at what instant we need to find out the signal value, we always multiply by this signal, and we just collect the information in the system by just multiplying this impulse signal. So, it is going to give you at instant value at that moment. So, there are various properties which utilizes in every aspect of the engineering domain, like signal processing and the communication engineering. So, this is what LTI system. So, this is characterized by this Hn, and this Hn definition is impulse response with a certain input that it is linked with the Xn, where Xn has a definition in terms of the impulse response as a function delta n. This is a normal convention representation of the impulse signal. So, and this particular scenario is known as the discrete time linear time invariant system. Now, we have defined the system. This is for Xn, discrete signal is applied at the input end, and it is passing through one system, we can say operator, or we can say the system function. It could be represented in terms of Hs. If we talk about the Laplace domain, in terms of Z transform, it could be represented as Hz. If it is about the transformation like DFT, so it is represented as Hk. So, there are various tools available to represent a system, right. So, as of now we are just describing the behavior of the system, and as the name LTI response, a linear time invariant system. So, it is going to respond according to the input, and yn is called the as a output sequence. You can also call it as a output response. Output response is equal to the Hn. Why? Because here input Xn is selected as a delta n, right, and if it is selected delta n, then Hn has a definition of the impulse response of the system, right. So, this is the basic impulse response phenomena required. We will be using this in the coming session slide. So, we will look at it as well. So, delta n is the input impulse, or we can call it a unit sample signal, and Hn is the unit impulse response of the system given. So, at a very instant we talk about the at what instant it is going to respond. So, whenever we are saying it is a delta n impulse signal, so it is defined at n equals to 0. So, the system responses with the input signal which we have taken, it is going to be at instant n equals to 0 for the discrete and t equals to 0 for the continuous domain. That is how we define. So, this is what just I have explained you about the system. Now, look at the point where we were talking about these two properties, where we are looking at these two properties. So, and these two properties are the time invariant when the input delta n minus k, and the same time the output is h n minus k, because we are representing output yn is equal to h n. So, we are making the time invariance, we are making the shifted part in the impulse signal, the same will reflect at the output end, right. So, this is the time invariant part of the system, LTI system. So, another is the input signal, which is we are denoting it as a x n, actually it is delta n for the impulse response. So, it can be represented as the linear combinations of the delayed impulses, right, because we are considering this part as a xn is equal to delta n. So, whenever we are saying the delayed part, so we are going to represent like this. So, it could be represented n minus k. So, this is the shifted version, right. This is a combination of delayed impulses, linear combination of the delayed impulses signal. So, that is how we represent the signal, right. So, this is defined at n equals to 0 and this is defined n equals to k. For every instant value of the k, it is defined. So, these are the two aspects we will take as an impulse response part for the LTI system, right. If we talk about the characterization, so once we have covered the impulse response, and if we talk about the LTI characterization, system characterizations, so that can only be done by the impulse response representation, right. One mathematical equation we do write, right, we do write in terms of this expression, this yn is let me recall you the concept of this. This is the system Hn and this is going to be yn and this is going to be xn. In our case, this xn is the delta n which we are representing. So, if we talk about the characterization part, so then we have just talked about the every instant delay shifted version of the input signal. So, we are representing this part for the k as a variable, we are taking the every instant value and this is the response part as delta n is moving, delta n minus k. So, this is the characterization of the LTI system as an output sequence. And if we look at the in the another way, then we find this combination as this is the representing the one mathematical property, one signal system property, very important property, convolution. So, as the symbol suggests, this is the convolution of these two signal xn and hn, where xn is the input side, right, and hn is the system response and the output yn. Whenever we are going to calculate yn, so this will always be the linear convolution of. So, if I look at over here, so yn can be represented as hn convolution xn. So, this could be represented as the signal, right. So, if I will mention over here, this is yn, this is xn because we have taken xn first. So, this is the linear convolution output, then it is hn, right. So, this is the representation of any system response and it is defined as the linear convolution of the input signal, this side is as input signal and the response hn, then we have the output response. And why it is this yn is also called the impulse response, because we are considering this for the input xn is equal to delta n. So, this is the that is why it is called the impulse response. As a system response is known as the impulse response. The definition comes like this. So, we have understood this. This is what we are going to drive as a derivation of the output sequence. So, this is what we are going to drive, but as a definition, as a characterization, this equation holds for the system characterization. Impulse response is also part of this definition of the characterization, this system characterization, right. So, LTI system for the input sample and n equals to k, which is representing the x k into delta k. So, I am introducing you the one of the equation as the x n into delta n minus k. So, this is going to be like variable we are going to change. So, this is going to be k, this is going to be the k path and delta n minus k, right. So, that is how we are going to define the every instant value of the input signal. So, whenever we multiply this, so it is going to give you the every instant value of the input signal. So, that is how it represents. So, it has to be transformed, into the output response. So, this is what we are going to drive as of now, right. So, let us look at the output sequence. How do we define the input signal, and at what instant we are going to place the values. So, I am going to explain you here. So, this is the signal, any arbitrary discrete signal x n. So, x n has a definition of signal characteristics like arbitrary discrete time sequence x n. So, that can be represented as a weighted sum of the shifted version of the function, right, shifted impulse function, which is going to represent the every instant value of the input signal x n. So, now I am going to give you the x n part. This is the expression, but let us say any example of the input signal, like let us say like this. So, I am going to draw any arbitrary signal, like suppose it is having a one value at this end, one value at this end, suppose 3 values it is showing. This is the x n signal. If I need to collect, and this is the domain, so this is the n, this side we are having the x n. So, for this n equals to, if we say the n equals to 0, then n equals to 1, n equals to 2, these are the instants at which the input signal is defined, right. Let us say for sake of simplicity, let us take a value 2, and this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 1, right. And if we represent the signal in the mathematical equation, so we can write the 2 1 1, right. So, this equation. Now, if I need to collect the value at this instant, so how do I collect? So, basically I will take the x 0 and multiply it by the x n. This is going to give you the value at this instant, right, this instant. Next part is at equals to 1, how do I collect that value? So, x 1 as the instant, and this is the shifted version of the impulse function, which is going to give you the value at that n equals to 1 instant. So, if I look at the n equals to 0, n equals to 1, similarly n equals to 2, which is the last sequence in our case. So, that is how we will represent this n minus 2, right. So, this is the every instant we are collecting the values of the input signal. So, that is how I have represented the function in terms of this. In terms of this, I have represented this function as the x k into delta n minus k. So, I am representing these values only over here at every instant. Now, we need to collect, that is how we will say the composite signal. So, we will collect all the individual samples which just we have represented in terms of delta function. So, we have to combine all those things. So, we are going to form an equation that represent the composite arbitrary signal x n. So, how do we look at? So, x n is the signal, right. So, limit is the minus infinity to plus infinity for the entire duration of the n, and then we are going to say the few samples as the negative end before the 0 point. So, this is that sample, and at the 0 instant this is the sample, at the 1 instant this is the another sample, and then it will keep on running at whatever instant the signal exists, right. So, this is the part, that is how we are going to define the x n, and if we combine these terms, these individual terms, then we have this formula as the summation where k equals to minus infinity to plus infinity, and then we have x k, then we have a shifted version of the delta function, impulse function, which is going to give you the every instant value of the input signal, right. So, now we will consider this signal for the next part of the derivation of the output sequence. Ultimately, we have to represent a system function as a y n equals to, and this is what about this y n? This y n is the LTI system representation, right. And now, we have just represented our input signal x n in terms of the instant values of the signal, right, and we have combined with the summation by keeping the n equals to k equals to entire range of the k, entire range of the input signal existence, right. So, look it over here. So, this is what we have just derived for any signal representation. This is what we have tried as of now, right, and this is representing the input signal x n equals to summation k equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x k and delta n minus k. So, that is how we have represented. Now, we will apply the transformation part. Now, we are going to look at what do we mean by this LTI. Now, we have defined only the x n, then this t operator comes into picture and output we are going to evaluate. This is what we are intended to find out the output value of the system response. Now, it is the transformator. So, we are just back to the basics, the transformator, or we can call this as operator. So, it is working in this way, right. So, y n, this is the point which we have already seen in our case. So, let me get back to this. So, this is the x n as the input, y n is the output, right, and this is the transformator. So, we have completed this part, we are at this end and we are about to calculate this y n. This is mean by the derivation of the LTI system response. So, we are here now. Now, we represented the transformator part, we have just replaced the x n part as it is. So, this is the part which we have just derived, right. We have represented as the input sequence. So, we can call this as a representation of x n, right, and then this transformator will be applied to it. Whenever transformer is applied onto the entire x n representation, so it is going to be applied on the delta function, right, it is going to be applied on the delta function. So, summation we have carried out separately and then transformator is applied onto the delta function as a delta n minus k, right. So, this that is why we are saying this system LTI system is just characterized by the impulse response h n. So, now the complete representation comes as the characterization using the impulse response. So, impulse response is going to characterize the entire LTI system characteristics, right. So, this transformator is converted into, in our case it is converted into the system response h n minus k. What we call this as a system, this is h n, this is h n in our case. So, this is working as a transformer, right, operator, this is delta n. Now, you look at the relationship. Now, we have converted this delta n minus k into h n minus k, and this is what the output we expect after the derivation of this particular sequence. So, if we look at the system representation, if we look at these signals, like this is the entire signal x n having instant value minus 2, 0, 3, rest of the portions are keeping the value 0, that means signal existence at 3 points. This is the h n, another the system characterization. Now, we are calling it as a impulse response. Now, we are calling it as a system characterization defined as a h n equals to this one, and these three discrete points existing at n equals to 0, 1 and 2. So, these 3 points are defined. Now, if we find out with the help of this is linear, this is time invariant we call this. So, just the expression we just now developed over here, y n equals to. So, we are working on this y n equals to the shifted part, then shifted will take place for the h n signal, and then it is going to be, we are going to plot every instant value. So, we are going to look at the values as well. So, this is the, let me erase this part. So, this is the minus 2 value, because the first signal is appearing at minus 2, right, and the respectively if we will calculate the what will be the response for this input signal. So, we will just have the x minus 2, the instant value of minus 2, and the h n plus 2, right. So, we are going to find out these two signals. we have to apply these changes to these two signals, then we will collect the individual value and we are going to represent as the what is the output sequence representation, which is the characterization of the LTI system. So, if for every instant value -2 was there, for the 0 part we have. So, this is the 0 part and this is the value at the 3 and then respective outputs we have observed. Once we collect all those output at one representation, then we will combine all these three input the outputs for y0, y1 like y -2, y1, y0 and then y3. These are the 3 points which we are going to collect. So, we have combined all these points. So, representation is like this. So, we have combined all these 3 outputs in one representation yn. Now, yn is the representation for the LTI system. So, for every instant of the input signal we compute the y respective yn and lastly we combine all those signals as a representation for the system. So, this is the next part of the session, the convolution, right. So, whatever we have done, now we are going to define in the mathematical equations and we are going to look at what is the output, how convolution is basically defined whenever we talk about the response, right. So, just in few time back I have explained you about the convolution between the signal x n and the system function h n, right, and we are defining it in this way, that is y n, just now we have written like x n and this is the convolution part h n. So, now we are talking about this equation, right, y n is the output sequence in our case, right, h n is the system function also known as the impulse response, x n is the input, right. So, I am going to take example for the input and the response part and then we are going to see the output, right. The calculation of the convolution will come in the next session. The response is calculated. So, these 3 signals are named over here, the x n is the input signal, another is the h n is the impulse response, y n is the system response, right. So, for any LTI system the response will always given in the form of the linear convolution, right. So, we will also compute the linear convolution in by various methods like graphical method, analytical method. We will go through the various properties involved in the convolution, right, it follows various properties. So, we will look after all these topics in the next session. Now, look at the response of the convolution output. So, this is y n. So, at every instant we have shifted and then we have calculated at every instant the values and we have plotted in terms of this. So, convolution is basically giving the area consumed or the combined by these two signals, namely x n, h n. In the normal convention, convolution definition comes as the area covered by these two signals, keeping one as a stationary and moving the other signal, shifting the other signal throughout the domain -infinity to +infinity, and that is how we compute the linear convolution. So, thank you from my side. So, we will take the next session for we will proceeding further. So, thank you so much.